Jim Harbaugh's doing his thing against the Chiefs right now. They just took the lead by 1 point. I'm watching that live. It's late night here on Sunday night. Got to work tomorrow, so I'm just going to go over the bracket reveal of the NCAA, well, the College Football Playoff Committee's playoff. And we're going to talk about it. First round games are going to be amazing. They're home games in this. And before I start, I'm not doing any predictions in this video. So I'm just laying out what is going to happen. And I think it's very exciting. I don't agree with the format that they have, but the teams that they got in are pretty much where I would have had them. I don't think Indiana is better than Alabama, but to each their own. So, first round games are home games, and Texas is the 5 seed, so they will play the 12 seed Clemson at home. Texas is 11-2. Clemson is 10-3. Can Texas overcome their conference championship loss to Georgia? And can Clemson take what they did versus SMU, winning the ACC and getting into the playoff after looking like they were going to be out for the longest time? Can they keep that momentum going? The 6-11 game is going to be interesting as well. Penn State is number 6, 11-2, and they will be playing the number 11 seed SMU, who is 11-2. These two are conference title losers, both of them after devastating losses for each of them. SMU on the last second field goal. Penn State couldn't get the 4th down. So this will be an interesting matchup in Happy Valley. Remember, it's a home game for Penn State. The 7-10 seeds, we got Notre Dame at 11-1. They are the 7th seed, and Indiana is the 10 seed, 11-1. Equal records. 2 Indiana programs are going to go at it for state pride in this one. That's fascinating as well. You ever imagine 2 Indiana programs getting into this playoff? I didn't. They're going to be playing each other in round 1 at Notre Dame. And then the 8-9 seed, Ohio State is 10-2. Tennessee is 10-2. The third best teams in the Big Ten and the SEC are going to face off in this game. It's interesting. Ohio State can get their rematch versus Oregon if they beat Tennessee and play in an all Big Ten Rose Bowl for the first time ever. Or Tennessee will play Oregon in the Rose Bowl, and that will be their first Rose Bowl appearance ever. So, them are the first round games, and that's exciting. But they'll lead 8, man, at the major bowl sites. Oregon, number 1 Oregon, 13-0, gets to play in the Rose Bowl versus Ohio State or Tennessee. They're back in the Rose Bowl, but in a different conference and in a different circumstance in this new 12-team playoff. Number 2, Georgia, is 11-2. They won the conference championship for the SEC. They're going to be playing in the Sugar Bowl, where they just won that conference title in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They could play there for the national championship too. Is this a team of destiny in Georgia? They got an easy path in this playoff bracket, in my opinion. And, basically it's a home game. Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. They could play 3 of their last 4 games right there in that stadium. Wouldn't that be nuts? You have number 3, Boise State, getting a bye, and 12-1. They will be playing in the Peach Bowl versus Penn State or SMU. Number 4, Arizona State will be playing Texas or Clemson. Arizona State 11-2 and won the Pac-12. They get to go to the Fiesta Bowl. They're down in their territory. So all these games, except for Boise State has to go to the Peach Bowl. That's not a home field advantage, but it's not for Penn State or SMU either. So that's interesting. And then the Final Four are going to be in major bowl sites as well. Whoever gets there, the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl will host these two games. And then the national title game, like I said, is going to be in Atlanta, Georgia. So can Georgia sneak through? Wow. Like I said, I'm going to dive into these games. I hope to preview a few of these games for you guys on the YouTube channel before they start. I think it starts December 21st, which is a Friday. There's one game, and then Saturday there are 3 games. So a couple weeks from now, next week you got the Army-Navy game. Army, who beat Tulane for the American Conference Championship, is going to be playing Navy. Both in the same conference now, which is weird. So things are changing in college football. Is it for the better or is it for the worse? Do you like the seeding? Do you like the games that they laid out for us in this? I do. So we'll see what happens. I'll tell you what I think is going to happen coming up in a bracket prediction video. It'll be something prediction. So click on that in the future. How do you know when to do that? Well, you hit the subscribe button. If you are not, that's free. Free to subscribe. And then you hit the bell for notifications. So you will be notified. You're supposed to be notified anyway when the video comes out. So do that. Hit the like button while you're at it too. That's free. I do that on every video. And then I always tell people, have a great day, because it is what you make of it. So there you go. Thanks, everybody. And go Blue. Michigan is playing Alabama in a rematch of the semifinal from last year in the Rose Bowl. So I can't wait for that one. That's going to be fascinating. Which players are going to play for Michigan? Which players are going to play for Alabama? They might be smart to play that game because it's another showcase on what they can do for each team. So that might be a very fascinating, hard-fought game. Michigan, I think, just tied the series last year with them on their way to the national championship. So I think this might be a tiebreaker game. If I'm not mistaken, I think the series is 3-3 right now. Wow, that'd be awesome. That's in the ReliaQuest Bowl in Tampa, Florida. So, people that have money, Michigan fans, you get to go have a nice vacation here. Coming up on December 31st is when that game is, New Year's Eve. Never thought that Michigan would get an opponent like that or a date like that, but I guess that's what happens when you beat the Ohio State. Thanks, everybody, and have a great day out there, and go Blue.